This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Luke Johnson.
And I'm Elene Khajishvili. The 2023 Thanksgiving break has officially come to an end, with many students returning to campus this morning after spending the holiday at home.
But for some Red Raiders, the end of the break marked the end of one of the most memorable weeks of their life. Last Monday, the Goin' Band from Raiderland boarded a plane at Lubbock International Airport and just a few hours later landed in New York City on the way to Texas Tech history.
All the way from Lubbock, Texas, the Texas Tech University's Goin' Band from Raiderland.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yes.
The Goin' Band made the trip to New York for their first ever appearance in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. But before marching down 6th Avenue, the band made a stop at Rockefeller Center on Wednesday morning for a series of live performances at NBC's Today Show. The national broadcast included 4 appearances by the band, starting during the 7 a.m. hour and wrapping up at 10 a.m. during Today with Hoda and Jenna. The Today Show appearances were just the start of the Goin' Band's Thanksgiving Eve schedule, as the majority of the musicians then headed a few blocks west to help Texas Tech take over Times Square. The university held a scheduled Centennial Pep Rally on 7th Avenue at 11 a.m. on Wednesday. The pep rally featured Tech's Spirit Squads, Raider Red, the Masked Rider, and of course, the Goin' Band from Raiderland. TTU President Lawrence Skuvanek addressed the crowd, followed by several cheers by the Spirit Squad and performances by the Goin' Band. The pep rally also included the debut of Wreck-'em Fanfare, a new arrangement of some of the Goin' Band's most well-known songs. The pep rally concluded with the drumline continuing to play as attendees headed out to enjoy the sights and sounds of the city. But the band's schedule continued into early Thursday morning with rehearsals and preparations for Thanksgiving's big event.
The 97th edition of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade started a little earlier than normal this year, but the 8:30 a.m. Eastern kickoff on TV came almost 5 hours after the Goin' Band boarded buses and headed to their last rehearsal at 4 a.m. Shortly before the start of the parade, the band began to line up and prepare for their journey from Central Park to 6th Avenue and finally to their big nationwide performance in front of the cameras outside the east entrance to Macy's Herald Square.
The Goin' Band from Raiderland with Wreck-'em Fanfare.
After more than 2 hours on the parade route, the Goin' Band from Raiderland went live on TV at 10:50 a.m. New York time, entertaining millions of viewers worldwide. Texas Tech was one of only 10 marching bands that were chosen to participate in this year's parade. The band had waited more than a year for their moment in the spotlight, after receiving official confirmation that they had been selected last August. Following the parade, the members of the Goin' Band spent one last night in New York before heading back to Lubbock Friday afternoon. Due to the logistics of the trip, the band was unable to attend Friday's Tech vs. Texas football game in Austin, but they recorded a video to hype up the team during Wednesday's Times Square pep rally.
Back here in Lubbock, the Texas Tech campus was quiet as most students left for the holiday break. But with classes starting back today and the end of the semester a few weeks away, some Red Raiders might need to take care of some on-campus business before finals end. Today, Transportation and Parking Services is starting their end of the semester Toys for Tickets program. If you have any unpaid parking tickets, TPS will now accept new unwrapped toys in exchange for citations. The toy or toys must equal or exceed the value of a citation, and a receipt must be included at the time of the dismissal. The Toys for Tickets program started this morning and will continue through the end of the semester. If you are wanting to get a citation dismissed through the program, you can stop by the TPS office Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. The office is located on 407 Flint Avenue across Marcia Sharp Freeway from the main campus. For more information, visit parking.ttu.edu.
Students heading back to classes this morning faced a chilly commute, with temperatures hovering at or below freezing until around 9 a.m.
Temperatures have warmed up a bit since this morning, but it's still been a cool start to the last full week of classes. So can we expect more cold conditions before November ends? MCTV weather specialist Elisabeth Herring has a look at the rest of the week in today's forecast. Elizabeth?
Yes, so we saw a pretty mild Thanksgiving here in Lubbock, and I'm sure students were not expecting the chilly weather we had this morning on their way to classes. Taking a look out at our MCTV tower cam, you can see it is a beautiful day outside, partly cloudy, some of the trees starting to turn some fall colors for the fall season. Taking a look at our daily almanac, we are sitting right around normal for our temperatures. High of 60, we are going to hit highs in the mid-50s today, so a little bit cooler, but for our lows, we are sitting around normal for this time of year. We do have some rain chances this week. This is going to happen on Thursday, and that will start around 10:30 a.m. And as we move into the day, into Thursday evening, Lubbock definitely seeing some potential for some rain, possibly even some snow. Amarillo did see snow this past Saturday, and they do have another chance for snow again this Thursday. And that is going to move out by Thursday night, and by Friday, we should be all clear. Taking a look at our lows for tonight across the South Plains, everybody gets a freeze except for Jayden, Aspermont, Snyder, and Post. Friona hitting 20 degrees, Turkey at 27. Everyone's seeing a freeze again except for those 4 counties. Looking at the highs for tomorrow, we are going to be sitting around the 60s and 50s for the area, 59 in Friona, Turkey, 63. Very mild fall temperatures for tomorrow. Looking at our low here locally tonight in Lubbock, low of 29. We will definitely see a freeze. No chances of rain, however. That is Thursday morning into Thursday evening. Looking at our high for tomorrow, high of 59, a little bit warmer than we saw today with some partly cloudy skies. Taking a look at the next 3 days of the week, Tuesday, high of 59, Wednesday, 61, Thursday, a little bit warmer with a high of 63. And again, that is when we have the most chances of rain. So don't forget when you walk out the door to bring rain boots, rain jacket, umbrella, anything you need to keep dry during the rain on Thursday. Looking at the rest of the week into the weekend, Friday, a little bit cooler with a high of 55. Saturday and Sunday, we warm up again into the 60s. Saturday, high of 62. Sunday, high of 60 with some very sunny weather. Monday, we are continuing that trend with a high of 62 and sunny weather. A beautiful start to the week as we wrap up our fall semester here at Texas Tech. I'm Elizabeth, and it's back to y'all.
Thanks, Elizabeth. As we mentioned earlier, the Going Band from Raiderland missed out on Red Raider football's showdown in Austin on Friday. Hundreds of other fans made the post-Thanksgiving trip to the state capital, but many may have wished they had stayed home. On Friday night, Texas Tech met up with the Texas Longhorns for what might have been the last matchup between the two teams on the gridiron for decades to come. The beginning of the game started with the Red Raiders going 3 and out, followed by a 7-play, 56-yard drive by UT for a touchdown, which was foreshadowed the rest of the game. Texas put up a field goal 2 drives later, before Texas Tech found the end zone for their only score of the game. After that, it was all Texas, with the Longhorns scoring 47 unanswered points to finish off a more than 60-year rivalry between the two teams. The 57-7 regular season finale leaves Texas Tech with a 6-6 overall record and a 5-4 in conference. The Red Raiders still gained bowl eligibility 2 weeks ago against UCF, and the team now waits for an official bowl selection, which will be announced by the end of the weekend. Right now, bowl projections for Texas Tech include the Independence Bowl in Louisiana, the Armed Forces Bowl in Fort Worth, or the First Responders Bowl in Dallas. Regardless of where the Red Raiders end up, 2023 will mark their 3rd straight bowl appearance for Tech, which is the longest streak since the team went to 13 straight bowls from 2000 to 2013.
The Texas Tech men's and women's basketball teams had much better results over the Thanksgiving holiday, even with the Red Raiders experiencing their first loss of the season. Last Wednesday, the men's basketball team played in their first game in the Battle for Atlantis tournament in the Bahamas. The Red Raiders met up with Villanova and unfortunately fell to the Wildcats 69-85. Villanova would continue on through the rest of the tournament undefeated, and luckily the Red Raiders found victory as well. The Red Raiders went on to face Northern Iowa on Thursday and came out on top 72-70. The hard-fought victory featured a game-winning shot by Pop Isaacs to give Tech the go-ahead basket and move past the previous day's loss. That energy would help propel the Red Raiders to another win in their final matchup of the tournament against Michigan. 4 Red Raiders ended up in double figures in a dominant 73-57 win over the Wolverines. Tech finished the battle for Atlantis with a 2-1 record and now prepare for the annual Big 12 Big East battle. The Red Raiders will meet up with the Butler Bulldogs in Indianapolis this Thursday. Texas Tech hopes to improve on their 5-1 season record before returning home to the USA next week. Tip-off for Texas Tech versus Butler is set for 5:30 p.m. with TV coverage on FS1.
The Texas Tech Lady Raiders also had a successful run over the Thanksgiving break as they hit the road for the first time this season. The Lady Raiders headed west to the Las Vegas Thanksgiving Classic for a 2-game matchup in Sin City. In Game 1, Tech took on Rutgers in a heated battle. The Lady Raiders headed into halftime trailing by 3 points and brought down Rutgers' lead to 2 at the end of the third period. Then in the fourth, the game stayed close all the way down the stretch. But the Lady Raiders finally broke loose towards the end and finished with the win 79-72. Game 2 was just as competitive as the Lady Raiders met up with Santa Clara in another close matchup. After a 14-all tie in the first period, the Broncos went into the break with a 5-point lead. Both teams were held to less than 10 points in the third. But the Lady Raiders found their stride in the fourth, scoring 24 points and racking up another win with a final score of 61-56. After a successful run on the road, the Lady Raiders will return home for the next showdown against UC Irvine on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. If you're not heading out to the game, you can watch it on Big 12 Now on ESPN+. With Thanksgiving holiday officially over, the holiday season is now in full swing and Christmas shopping is underway.
Although many students may opt for online shopping this year, one local group is asking people here in Lubbock and the South Plains to think local as you get into the giving spirit. Last week, the Lubbock branch of the Northwest Texas Small Business Development Center launched a holiday shopping guide on their website. The guide features dozens of local businesses selling goods and services in the Lubbock area. Restaurants, stores, entertainment venues, and much more are listed with links to websites and addresses to visit in person. Each of the participating businesses are offering chances to win prizes along with holiday-themed activities happening during the shopping season. Lubbock Small Business Development Center is part of America's SBDC, which features almost 1,000 business development centers across the United States. Lubbock's SBDC is hosted by Texas Tech, with an office located on West Loop 289. If you would like to check out the 2023 Holiday Shopping Guide, visit lubbocksdbc.org/holiday shopping.
So Luke, have you started your holiday shopping?
Well, you already know I had to take advantage of those Black Friday deals, and I know they got Cyber Monday today as well. Have you taken advantage of any of that?
I have to look into it, but Black Friday was for sure overwhelming and exciting as well. That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you on Thursday.